My name is Daniel Keith Hargrove, and I am a filmmaker. Last weekend, I was invited to attend the Full Frame Documentary Film Festival in Durham, North Carolina. This was my second time attending the festival, and last year was not only my first time attending, but the first film festival I had ever been to, and I was in love. A good film festival is every aspiring filmmaker's mecca. There's nothing like being in a packed room of movie lovers waiting to take on whatever cinematic journey awaits them. I remember how empowered and overjoyed I'd felt to watch amazing films and meet the creators behind them. I felt unstoppable. But I haven't felt that way since. And during my second visit to Full Frame, I'd never felt more discouraged. But I'm getting ahead of myself. In the years since my first visit to Full Frame, I've been through a lot. Breakups, makeups, financial struggles, everything in between. And as of writing this, I'm set to graduate in 4 weeks from North Carolina Central University with nearly $30,000 in student loan debt and an above average to mediocre education, if I'm being honest. My plan is to get an apartment, work, and pray I'm able to eventually land a job in film with my degree, or spend more time and money I don't have on grad school. I know this is a tangent, but stick with me here. Since I work 2 jobs and go to school full time, I'm spread thin. So when Full Frame came up again this year, I only got to go for 1 day, and I only saw 1 movie. It was called Harvest Season, and if you can find it, I recommend seeing it. But before the showing started, a coworker of mine talked about what a shame it was that I missed out on most of the festival. She talked about how she got to meet all of these great filmmakers, pitched herself for job opportunities, and even gave them her new business cards. I felt like Christian Bale in American Psycho, just looking at them. I shouldn't have felt that way, especially considering I did the same thing last year to her. Hell, I had even given her a card too. But she's also my ex-girlfriend, so I already have trouble with social interactions with her as is. Regardless, I was just filled with this childish jealousy and dreaded every moment of her gushing about what a great time in her life it is and all the opportunities opening up. And like I said, I know it wasn't right to feel that way with all the negativity stewing inside. But I'm just being honest. The reason I felt that way was because I was angry. Instead of being at the festival, I was working so I'd have enough money for rent and moving expenses. I didn't have a full ride scholarship, parents who could pay my way to success, or significant others with a place I could stay at while I figured things out. I have to work. But the problem is, I also have dreams. And I know my position isn't unique. Nearly everyone is in the same boat. It's just that I have a second problem. And it's that my dreams are my coping mechanism. I create films, scripts, drawings, YouTube videos. I create all of this to cope with the fact that if I don't constantly create art, then I won't succeed as an artist. And if I don't succeed as an artist, then I'd feel as if my life had no purpose. Recently, I've been working on a stage play called The Queen City Set. It's about a stand-up comedian whose depression and alcoholism becomes his downfall, and he tries to perform 7 sets in 1 night. After completely ruining his chances at success throughout the entire night, the bartender asks him something along the lines of, "Why does this mean so much to you? It's just 1 bad night." The comedian goes on to explain that if he doesn't succeed, then that's it. Comedy is all he's good at, and it's the only thing that makes him feel worth something. The central idea of the play is, if your career is your coping mechanism, then what does that mean to fail at your job? That comedian is me. It's unhealthy, I know, but I feel like a lot of artists are going through the same thing. The experience of taking all of our pain, joy, and everything in between and processing it through the art we create in order to gain a better understanding of what we're feeling. Or maybe I'm just projecting, who knows? All I do know is that I'm scared. I'm scared of failing, scared of never achieving my dreams, scared of never creating art that helps others in the same shape as me. I'm just scared, and I feel like a lot of us are, but we just don't talk about it. So what does this all mean? Well, it means I'm human. I'm flawed, ambitious, frightful, determined, loving, spiteful. I'm all of this in one. And just like everyone else, I'm just trying to make it through life and come out a better person by the end of it. I'm proud of the things that I've created, the connections I've made. I'm truly blessed with all I've done. I just hope it all pays off in the end. And that I look back on this video years later, if YouTube is still around, and say, wow, this kid was a f***ing idiot. So many great things were waiting ahead and he didn't even know it. And I think we all want that sort of payoff deep down. And if you're listening, I hope you do get that moment. Seriously. And I guess this is the part where my mother thumps me on the head with the Bible and tells me to have faith, and she's right. For you, that faith might not be in God, but all it is hope for things yet unseen. And I need more of that in my life. Because one day, I want to come back to Full Frame, but as a director, showcasing my own film. And I want to find that kid who's in an unsure place like I am right now, look them in the eye and say, one day, it'll get better. And if it doesn't, then don't worry. Because there's always tomorrow.